Rohan's life was simple but lonely. His parents lived in a village far from the city, and he had few friends in the busy urban life. He often found comfort in books and music after long working hours. At 32, he had experienced love once in college, but it had ended quietly when his girlfriend moved abroad for higher studies. Since then, Rohan had never tried to fall in love again. The wounds had healed, but the scars remained. Then came Mira. She entered the bank one rainy afternoon, asking for help with opening a savings account. She was confident, polite, and had a voice that stayed in Rohan's mind long after she left. Her eyes held warmth, and her laughter was like a melody. Over the next few weeks, Mira started visiting the bank more frequently, not just for her banking needs, but also to ask Rohan about financial planning and investment options. Their conversations grew longer, shifting from interest rates to favorite books, movies, and dreams. Rohan felt something stir inside him that he thought had died long ago. Mira was different. She was kind, intelligent, and genuinely interested in him, not just his professional advice. One Friday evening, as Rohan was locking his desk, he found a note slipped between the pages of a brochure he had handed Mira earlier that day. It read, "Would you like to have coffee with me sometime? Not as a banker, but as a friend?" Rohan smiled for the first time that day, in a way he hadn't in years. They met the following Sunday. What began as coffee turned into long walks, laughter-filled conversations, and eventually, quiet dinners. Rohan found himself opening up about his past, his dreams, and his fears. Mira listened with understanding and never tried to change him. She simply made him feel seen. Months passed, and their bond grew stronger. Rohan no longer felt the weight of loneliness. His days began with a message from Mira and ended with her voice on the phone. Love, which once seemed like a closed chapter, had quietly returned to his life. One evening, as they stood by the lake watching the sunset, Rohan took her hand and whispered, "You came into my life like a customer, but stayed like a companion. I never thought love would find me again." Mira smiled and replied, "You were always worthy of love, Rohan. You just needed someone to remind you." And in that quiet moment, beneath the fading golden light, the man who once lived among numbers found meaning in emotions again. He realized that life wasn't just about stability and routine. It was also about love, connection, and the courage to try again.